Well, we are into September, and as we said last month, September for Just BSing means SUPEStember. And SUPEStember is all Superman all month. And what better way to kick off SUPEStember on Just BSing than another top 10 superpowers videos, Superman themed, of course. And this time we're talking about the top 10 Superman variants or repaints that we'd like to see. I know what you're all saying is, no more repaints, no more repaints. We're so tired of the repaints, and I get it, guys, but realistically, there's gonna be some more repaints. So why not talk about some repaints we wanna see, and of a character that we love so much, our favorite comic hero of all time, Superman. And guys, by the way, we're only talking about Kal-El Superman right now. So
yes,
our variants on Kal-El, so we're not going to be seeing any Cyborg, we're not going to be seeing any Eradicator. We know Bizarro's coming in Wave 9, we're going to be talking about him. We're not looking at any other version of Superman like Val-Zod or Calvin Ellis. So these are all just variants on Kal-El Superman himself. So we will jump into our top 10 here in a second, but before we do that, please like, please subscribe, do all the YouTube things. We love it, helps us out a whole lot, love BSing with every single one of you, and we want so many more friends to do that with. So with that out of the way, all the YouTube pandering that we do, we can get into our top 10, and as always, we've got honorable mentions, so we gotta start with those. Chris, you wanna kick us off with our first honorable mention?
Yeah, first honorable mention. A lot of people have already said that this character, the Superman action figure, has already been done, but it's the new 52 Superman, and what's already out is the reborn Superman, or rebirth
this guy
Superman.
right
this guy
here,
right here.
yeah.
So it's not the new 52 Superman.
Very similar, but not quite the same.
Major differences for the new 52 would be a popped collar. He would have red trim along the collar,
yep,
and then the cuffs of his sleeves, no yellow on the belt, and the Superman logo would be slightly different.
All right.
So,
all right.
I mean, big enough difference. It's a repaint, but going along with some of our others that are coming up, you know, this is going to be one of the reasons why he's not going to make the list, but still one that I would love to see a whole bunch of.
Absolutely, yeah, I agree. And our next honorable mention, kind of along the same lines, is Injustice Superman. Mm-hmm. And the reason he's an honorable mention along with New 52 is it's kind of a similar look to this guy as well, and New 52, but obviously a lot more armor looking, a lot that kind of connected S to the cape, all of that kind of thing. So Injustice doesn't make our top 10, but he would be a pretty cool Superman to take a look at.
Yeah, and along the lines of Injustice Superman is our next one. It's the Hunter Prey Superman. Now, in my opinion, the Injustice and Hunter Prey Superman could be very similar, especially when they both have like the extended like cowls basically over their heads like that. But Hunter Prey Superman also had some additional armor that Mother Box granted him.
Yeah, I agree with that one. And the old Kenner Man of Steel line did a great Hunter Prey Superman. We've actually looked at him on the channel before, but that would be a great one to model a potential superpowers Hunter Prey Superman off of.
Yeah.
And it would be great if it came with a Doomsday too. McFarlane, if you're watching. And our final honorable mention, this was totally my call. I'd love to see the Blur from Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
Like Tom Welling style, I'd love to see like the trench coat or the red jacket, like whatever look that the Blur had depending on the season, kind of like them all. So the all black with the trench coat or the red jacket with the blue shirt underneath. Either one, I would really love to see that. Actually have a very similar jacket to that Blur jacket. So it's all black. But I just couldn't see myself wearing a bright red leather jacket anywhere. So I went with the black one. But I would love to see that in the Superpowers line. And I'm going to throw in an honorable mention right here because we think there's going to be a classic Superman in Wave 9. Classic Superman is listed on that leaked list. What we hope that is the Kenner-style Superman, and if it is not, then honorable mention is classic Kenner-style Superman on this list. Now, as we're going through our top 10, we are under the assumption that that is actually going to be a classic Kenner-style Superman coming in Wave 9. So some of these looks, we would prefer that style. Actually, most of these on our top 10, we would prefer that style over this body style that we've been getting. But they all kind of go with either version, just depending on what is reality by the time all of Wave 9 is released and we get to see what that looks like. If it's not this one, add that to our honorable mentions list. All right, now we can jump right into our number 10, Chris.
Yes.
Take us away.
All right, so number 10, we're going back into the comics about the 90s, about 2000s. They experimented with Superman not doing the classic red-blue outfit, and they turned him into Energy Superman.
Yes.
I used to just consider him like a blue flashlight. But they did a weird storyline where they split him, and it was Superman Red and Superman Blue. So they would actually be pretty cool figures. So why not have a 2-pack of these two, or have at least a repaint variant type?
Chase variant, yeah,
exactly.
And actually, McFarlane just did that in the 7-inch line. There was I think it was Superman Blue was the first one, and then they had Red as the Chase variant. So right along the same lines of what McFarlane has already done, we get that in the Super Powers style, and I think they would make some pretty cool looking Super Powers figures.
Oh, definitely. And I don't know if I still have the comic. Maybe I got rid of it. But when they first came out with Superman Blue, the comic was a glow-in-the-dark type of a cover. So, of course, it was really cool for the 90s, whatever like that,
yep.
glow-in-the-dark. So, yeah, I think that would be a pretty cool action figure dual set.
I love those. I would love to see those as well. In fact, I remember, was it the Total Justice line, I think is what it was called? That like later 90s or mid 90s Kenner line where they were all like super muscled up. Pretty sure they had a red and blue Superman in that line.
I think so too.
And that would kind of fit that kind of the McFarlane mold, except, you know, obviously scaled down, not as muscular.
And if I remember correctly, the Superman Blue was the basically the costume or the kind of whole inspiration for Livewire. I don't remember her being or existing prior to that, and I'm pretty sure that basically her and Superman basically was storyline with her that she became Livewire with the energy. I think even the Superman suit was initially then given to her to contain her.
Oh wow,
like that. So I'm gonna have to go do some double checking.
Yeah,
on that
double check.
But,
I don't remember that storyline, but it sounds feasible. All right, our number 9 is one that I had forgotten completely about until you mentioned it. Flashpoint. We've had the Thomas Wayne Batman, we've had the Reverse Flash that most of you still probably don't have, and I apologize about that. And we've had a couple of versions of Flash, Wally West and Barry Allen. So a Flashpoint Superman makes a whole lot of sense to add in so that you can kind of reenact that storyline.
One of the things with that is because he was hidden away, he doesn't have the muscles or anything like that. So it'd have to be almost a completely new body mold, a little toothpick, skinny type of Superman.
Sure.
I think type of a suit. But yeah, they did a really good job with the animated Flashpoint.
Yeah,
how they brought in Superman like that. So I think that's pretty much how you'd have to do that character. But yeah, it's a great costume, great character. I think that number 9, awesome. So that's going to bring us to our number 8. We want to see a Death of Superman variant. So basically Superman with a tattered costume, tattered cape. You know, maybe throw in some little blood on there if you could or something. That'd be really cool too. But yeah, that would just be kind of a classic one to have. I'm kind of wearing a Superman. This is a 95-ish type of Superman. The mullet Superman. Yes. This is the second fight, the before the Hunter Prey, you know, type of body armor Superman. But Death of Superman, though, you know, you got just that kind of real first kind of battle-worn type of Superman outfit. So it was the first time we'd seen anything like that. So
no, I love that one. And again, going back to that Kenner Man of Steel line, there was a tattered suit Superman in that as part of a 2-pack with Massacre. But it was the mulleted Superman, and it wasn't that the short hair Superman that actually fought Doomsday. I'd like to see it with the short hair, so you can get that. I mean, just iconic. Like you kind of look at that iconic cover of Lois holding Superman all tattered up and everything. The tattered cape. I would love to see that. We're at our number 7 spot, which is Krypton Superman, and this was one I had actually no memory of at all. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Krypton Superman, because I know you were a big fan of this look.
Yeah, so this Krypton Superman, basically he was wearing the type of outfit that they were wearing on the planet Krypton. So in the Fortress of Solitude, he had kind of images of his parents, and I don't remember exactly why he was wearing this outfit in there, but it was really cool because it was like kind of like half black, half red type of look for it. And I do remember there was some type of a storyline where he was almost basically falling into being more Kal-El instead of Superman.
Okay.
So that's why this is kind of wearing that outfit. I don't remember how that storyline ended, but I do remember it was just a really cool look because they did kind of try to bring that another kind of a Kryptonian look for him in like 2009, 2010s, like somewhere around there. But really like that 90s type of style.
It's kind of more red, right?
Yeah, it's more red. They kind of brought, like I said, they brought it back for the first time, or tried doing some type of an update to the Kryptonian look, because before that it was all kind of just from Superman the movie type of a look. So this was kind of the first time that they've reintroduced how the Kryptonians would have looked. Going along with like that whole Kryptonian look, there was another storyline. It was the Godfall Superman. There was only about, I think it was like a 3 or 4 comic run, so not very long, but this was one of my favorite Superman like outfits, costumes like ever, you know, so this was kind of in my top 3 type of outfits for him. And this is just a really awesome type of suit. It's got some nice different color variations in it. It's mainly black, red, a little bit of white. So you can see that it'd be kind of like a Lord Superman type of a change where it's completely different than the rest of the Superman.
It was, it was really cool. Like I saw that and I was like, wow. And it's even got kind of like almost a metallic sheen to it.
Yeah.
So you could kind of do almost like a blend of Gold Superman and Lord Superman. Obviously not with gold, but I think, was it like silverish?
Yeah,
I guess?
It was all like silver, platinum, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, so get that kind of like silvery sheen to it with, you know, some black and some red. The symbol on it was really cool. It's like a smaller symbol than you usually see.
It was like the Brandon Routh, you know?
Yeah, a little bit like the Brandon Routh. A little bit like the Brandon Routh. Yeah, I really like that one. That was another one that you shared with me, and I was like, man, no memory. I missed all of those.
Like I said, that one was very short storyline. Like I said, maybe 3 or 4 comics or whatever. But it was, any time, I still just think about it. Like, dang, that's a cool looking.
Makes an impression.
It does.
And it seems like one that Todd McFarlane would really like. I think that's kind of his aesthetic.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, this is going into our top 5. So our number 5 is the Blackest Night Superman from the Blackest Night storyline. And there were actually a couple of looks for this one. There was one with kind of the all black suit, and then there was one with an all white suit. So this is another one of those where you could kind of do a chase variant, which actually, after seeing it, is my personal preference. I really dig that white suit quite a bit. Just kind of stood out to me a whole lot and reminded me of like the suits on Krypton in Superman the movie.
I was just going to say that. It's like, where have we seen suits like that before? What could this be reminding you?
It was a little less tinfoily.
Yeah.
But the Blackest Night suit also looks very, very cool. And again, a lot like Lord Superman. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think I'd love to see those. Going along the lines of the Blackest Night Superman, another black suit Superman is the Regen with the mullet Superman.
Gotta have a mullet on that one.
Oh yeah.
That one's gotta have a mullet.
This is gonna be one of the ones that doesn't have a cape. So you technically, I guess you could throw a cape on it. I've seen sometimes where they add a cape onto this one, but obviously he doesn't have it in the Regen Superman.
Right.
So that would be a really simple, cool one. Cape Master, we wouldn't need you for that one.
Unless we do. Like
unless you want to make one, then we could throw it on.
And this was another one that was in the Man of Steel line that Kenner did, the Regen Superman that did not have a cape with it. I found an old Robin cape and I added it because I like my Superman with a cape, so I added it to it. I would probably want to do the same thing even if it didn't come with a cape and it's not comic accurate. I like that look with a cape quite a bit. And I think that black suit Superman is one that a lot of people have been calling for. I know it's been in many of our comments where people are talking about if there is a Superman variant, that's one that they would like to see. I believe RB Customs, who we've mentioned in a previous video, did a version of that Superman as well, with the mullet, with the black suit, very comic accurate, very classic. Gotta be our number 4 pick. And our number 3 pick is another very classic look for Superman, is the Kingdom Come Superman. And I know a lot of people are like, wow, this is number 3? The next 2 gotta be awesome. They are, guys, trust me. Kingdom Come Superman is awesome, but as Chris so astutely pointed out, this Fleischer Superman is very similar in the way that they did him because they didn't really classic him up quite enough. But this is very Kingdom Come style, and we've also got the gray temples over there on the Lord Superman. So it's kind of a combination of those two. But an actual Kingdom Come Superman done really well, maybe in that classic Kenner style, if they're doing that one in Wave 9, man, that would be an awesome one.
Yeah, and that's pretty much the only reason why Kingdom Come wasn't our number one.
Yeah.
As, you know, it was kind of more along the lines of those repaints. That's why the New 52 Superman didn't even make the list, because it would have been just almost pure repaint. Like I said, slightly different with this one, but yeah, we would have loved seeing Kingdom Come Superman. That would be awesome.
My dream would be, and they've got some great Kingdom Come figures already in like other scales and things like that, 7-inch and all of that. But my dream would be to do one in the Kenner Super Powers line, but like fully Alex Ross style.
Oh yeah.
So that you've got that classic Alex Ross look, the face, everything like that. That's not going to happen. But my next step down, if I can't get an Alex Ross in the Super Powers line, that Kenner style with the Kingdom Come colors, grays in the temple, would love it.
All right, so what's going to beat a Kingdom Come Superman?
What could it be?
I'm going to go with at least Red Sun Superman to start off with. That's a great one. He's got kind of a grayer type of a suit.
Yeah, like a really dark gray, right?
Yeah, dark gray. Yeah. And then, of course, the Superman emblem, nothing like the Kryptonian ones. Got the Russian emblems on there.
The Russian sickle on it, yeah.
Yeah, so that would be just a really fantastic one. Nice variant, and something that I think would just easily fall in line with any of these type of superpower action figures.
And our viewers are asking right now, well, if Kingdom Come is number 3 and Red Sun is number 2, what the hell is number 1, guys? Like,
it's gonna be a surprise. No one's expecting it.
No one's expecting this one's probably a little controversial, but the more and more we looked at these pictures when we were putting this list together, again, guys, another infuriating list to put together. Took us way too long, but this one just kept speaking to both of us. It is the Yellow Lantern and or Parallax version of Superman.
Yeah.
My God, does this guy just look like a total badass? The colors are like just colors you don't see on Superman very often. He just looks so cool. And it's one, along with the Lord Superman, the only figure so far to have red eyes. I want this one with those red eyes.
Oh yeah, that'd be really awesome. I was gonna say, I don't remember if in the story if he actually had yellow eyes from Parallax or not, but yeah, if he doesn't have the yellow, I want red then.
Well, so Parallax, and this is going back to the images we were taking a look at before we started. The Parallax one, I do believe, had the yellow glowing eyes. So that would be very cool too.
That's what I'm thinking I'm remembering.
If they're doing the Parallax version, but the Yellow Lantern Superman, I guess when he wasn't fully Parallax, had red glowing eyes.
That's
and
awesome.
With that yellow and that goldy yellow and the black suit and everything, just really popped. And so I would love to see that one. And that's one where we could finally get another color of cape on our Superman, like we do on Lord Superman. He's got that white cape. This one would have a yellow cape. Haven't seen that on anyone other than Robin. And if you go back to the original Kenner line, Dr. Fate. And this one would be kind of like a more goldy yellow than those two are. I think it would just pop so much.
Yep.
So you get another villain Superman in the line.
Plus, it may be one of the Superman that has an accessory, a yellow lantern.
Could be.
Get the ring, get the yellow lantern, a little Superman emblem on the lantern.
I don't know. We didn't get one with Guy or Kilowog, so we'll see if that Superman. Would you want it to look like this mold or the classic?
Ooh, man, you could do either of those so well.
I think either one would fit. Yeah, that's one of those where I wouldn't be mad at either one.
I wouldn't be mad with either of them.
And we're just going on precedent here, guys. Like, honestly, preference would be for the new classic mold to kind of take over and just be the Superman going forward. But we've seen that McFarlane has been using both Batman molds in his repaint lines and all of that kind of thing. So most likely they would continue to use this mold along with the new classic. So some would be classic, some would be more like this, assuming it's actually a Kenner-style Superman that classic is.
Oh yeah, and that was also one of the Superman that we mentioned in our villains video.
It was.
Yeah, so I had actually forgotten about it.
Yeah, because Parallax was one of your top favorite villains or most wanted villains.
Exactly, and we said we could do some of the variants of Parallax, and that was actually Superman as being one of them. So
and that's why that image, because our initial list didn't have him on it, and then that image was like, I remember something.
Yeah, wait a minute.
And then it was like, oh yeah, that's pretty freaking cool. And it started out at like number 6, and then it just kept moving down to our number 1 spot. So guys, we know, controversial decision. It's probably not going to be your top choice, and I'm sure you have plenty more Superman variants that you would like to see ahead of some of the ones that we suggested. So please drop us down in the comments. Let us know what those are. We definitely want to hear from you. You guys make amazing suggestions. In our last couple of top 10 video suggestions, man, you guys were dropping suggestions that like we should have thought of and just completely slipped our minds because we had all of these others like like I said, these lists are infuriating to put together. But for instance, in our multi-pack video, so many people said the Kryptonian villains, Non-Ursa and Zod.
Yeah,
I was like,
how do we miss
geez,
that?
I was like, should have been the first ones in our mind, and we just completely forgot about it. I'd like to say, oh, this is by design, but it wasn't. We completely forgot that one, and that's definitely.
I think we even said in that video how infuriating this was.
It was so bad, so bad. So we're definitely adding that to our honorable mentions. So guys, do like you always do, drop those fantastic suggestions down in the comments below. If you haven't already, please like, please subscribe, do all of the YouTube things. Like I said, we're a small growing channel and it certainly helps us out, and we really enjoy all of the interactions that we have with each and every single one of you. So until next time, guys.
Have a great one.